Hey flower folks, welcome to Sheer Inspirations. My name is Sheer and I'm a botanist and a horticulturist, founder of Sheer Inspirations, located in Southern California, high desert, zone 8B 9A borderline. In today's video, we are going to be learning how to direct sow zinnias in your cutting garden. I'm going to be sharing two ways, one in the container, how to direct sow in the container, and the other how to work the ground and sow them into the ground. Zinnias is a all-time favorite in the cutting gardens along with cottage gardens, and it is a beautiful heat-loving plant that flowers in the dog days of summer all the way till first frost. I have a few favorite varieties that grow very well that I've experimented with over the last 3-4 years. These are the three varieties that are my favorite and are workhorses in the cutting garden. Number one being the Benari Giant Zinnias. Number two is the Zinnias California Giants, and this is the last one, the Cactus Giants, the Cactus Mix. And they are all cut and come again. Now, I'm going to go ahead and sow right next to my fennel. The reason why I'm doing this is currently I'm in April and I'm harvesting fennel. Come June, July, fennel is going to be done and I'm going to need to pull it. By then, the zinnias will be about 12 to 18 inches tall, needing to be pinched anyway, and I will pull the fennels, giving the zinnias room to grow after they've been pinched. So in a smaller space, I'm utilizing as much room as possible, because if I waited all the way until the fennel was done, I would already be in June, giving me less time to harvest once they flower. So from June, fast forward 4 months from then, I will be in October and I will only have about a month or 5 weeks before my first frost comes. This way, putting them down in April, I will be harvesting come late August all the way till first week of November. The reason why I like to direct sow instead of starting seeds early is because I live in an area that has a long enough growing season for me to be able to do so. My growing season starts in April and ends in October, sometimes first week of November. However, if your growing season is very short, you can benefit from early flowers by starting them early. Here I'm working my ground using the drill bit auger. This ground has previously had my kitchen compost. That's how I built my soil, and I will leave a link to how I did this. In every few months, I would put my kitchen scraps and bury them down, and this is about 3 months fast forward, and some of the grass has grown, some of the weeds have grown, and I let them be because I know I'm going to work those up and till the ground with my auger, and then plant my zinnia seeds. This way it does a few things. That kitchen compost that was in there now is distributed. It has become black gold. All the worms have eaten, and their feces, their waste is now the soil. By me working this up, pulling all of this soil around, moving this around, taking all the grass out, pulling it out, making sure that it's completely clean before sowing my zinnia seeds, giving my zinnia seeds the best chance to germinate in nice loose soil. And this is very rich, very good phosphorus and potassium rich soil. I don't like giving my soil too much greenery because then it's too much nitrogen, meaning that I'm just going to have green growth. I am a cut flower grower, so I am focused on potassium and phosphorus. Now, the sun requirement for zinnia is at least 6 hours. Here where I am planting them, they're going to be getting about 8 to 10 hours. The more sun, the merrier in this particular case. My sun is extremely hot. If your sun is lighter, so say if you're in the Pacific Northwest and you're growing them in even a full sun spot, the sun doesn't really come out, you can plant them, because the days are going to be 12 hours or so up there. You can plant them for longer days in full sun and they're going to be just fine, since they take my sun and are completely okay. No sunburn, no nothing. Now I'm putting in two different varieties here. One, I'm sowing the California Giants, and the other I'm sowing the cactus, as I did the Binari Giants in my box, in my planter box next to the fennel. These can grow anywhere from 3 to 5 feet. However, when constantly pinching, when constantly cutting, they remain at about 3.5 foot. That's been my experience growing them for many years. Something to note is when you are growing zinnias in full sun, you want to harvest your zinnias once they're fully open and not allow them to sit around and get sun faded, because that will happen, especially if you are in the sun belt states like Arizona, Nevada, Texas. If the flower is fully open and it's just going to sit there in the heat of the sun, it will get sun faded. So you want to harvest that. The basic nature of annuals is to produce seed. So the reason why annuals flower so profusely is because they're constantly wanting to produce seed. You want to use that to your advantage in the cutting garden. What you want to do is continue to harvest so it's never getting a chance to go to seed, meaning that it's continuing to work to produce seed. And you are constantly getting cut flowers for your vase. This is in August. This is what the plants look like in August if you sow the seeds in April. So when you pinch about a month or so, as soon as you will direct sow your flowers, you'll notice that the first thing the plant wants to do in about 30-40 days is it's going to have a bud. You want to go ahead and pinch that and allow the plant to branch. And once it starts to branch, you'll notice that it will get stronger and starts to produce more and more buds. And all of the zinnias, I have not seen a zinnia that's not a cut and come again. They're all cut and come again. The more you harvest, the more they're going to produce. And the reason why they're doing that, it's in their basic nature to go to seed, and that's why they're constantly producing flowers, so they would dry out. If you leave the flowers on the plant for too long, the plant's going to go to seed and the production is going to go down, so you're not going to be able to harvest as much as if you were to continue to cut the flowers. The vase life on these is phenomenal. They last anywhere from 10 to 12 days. They do need to be harvested when fully open. They will not open in the vase. So that's something to keep in mind. No conditioning other than just placing them in the water with other flowers is needed. No quick dip, none of that. Make sure you cut them in the morning and arrange them with your other flowers, or hydrate them if you're cutting them in the late evening, and then arrange them with other flowers. And that was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.